Coming up on today's show, we're exploring all the unique spots that are special to Cleveland, from a haunted historical mansion to a coffee shop owned by a local celebrity, and even a space or two catered to odd art and antiques. It's all about the hidden gems of our beautiful city. New Day Cleveland starts right now. Well, here it is, a hidden gem that's not that hidden. It's right out in the open, and Ryan's here with me from House from a Christmas Story. So how many people come out here and check this hidden gem out?
Oh, a ton. We get around 80 to 100,000 people every year, and our peak season comes in November and December, of course.
Yeah.
But we are actually open year-round. Unlike my friends who think I'm unemployed now, we are still open this time of year.
I think what's so great about it is the house is here, but folks, when they arrive here, they see so many different things, like the gift shop. The gift shop's like a museum.
Oh, yeah.
You got the old cars over here, you got the house, but most importantly, what they want to do is they want to go inside and get a look at a piece of movie history right here, a hidden gem in Cleveland. So let's go check it out.
All right.
Well, Ryan, here it is. This is where people arrive for the big tour. So how long has it been since the movie?
So the movie was filmed back in the early months of 1983, from January through March.
So people walk around here. What do they get most excited about besides the leg lamp?
I think the thing I see most is actually people getting really excited about their childhood memories, which is something that the movie conjures up, but so much of what we have here is real vintage items. Yeah. So people walk in that kitchen, they see the old Maytag, and they're like, wow, this looks exactly like the washing machine my grandmother used to use.
It's funny, I walked into the kitchen also, and I looked around a little bit, and almost every little thing you see, you get a big story behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's a piece of history, but also a movie. And it's this bridge between what's real and,
I think a bird turkey out there and all that sort of thing. Yeah. And so when people go upstairs, they go upstairs and what does that recollect?
So upstairs we've got the boys' bedroom set up, the bathroom, as well as a sewing room, which just kind of gives a period feel. We've got some old sewing machines and old magazines from the 1940s to really give that period effect and capture that feeling of stepping back into 1940 when A Christmas Story set.
Yeah. One of the things that really surprised me was so many out-of-town and out-of-state visitors, and boy, do they get excited about it. They run over to the leg, they run over to the Christmas tree, and they want their picture taken. And what the guy, did he have his own bunny suit when he was here? Or?
Yeah, so we had a guy who chose to rent one of our bunny suits. You can actually take the entire house tour.
So you get that at the museum and the gift store?
Yep, over in the gift shop. It's only $10, and you get to wear the bunny suit for your whole tour.
So what they were doing is not just because you want to be in a bunny suit, but they were making their family Christmas picture.
Oh yeah.
For the Christmas cards.
Yeah. We have lots of people who say, hey, can you take my picture here? We're going to put it on our Christmas card. We even had a family who come and they bought a Red Ryder from our gift shop, and they had their costumes for the little boy and the little girl.
That's
one
great.
In a bunny suit, one in sheriff outfits to take their picture in front of the house.
And if you want to go one step further, how about you could actually rent the house and stay in the house overnight?
Yes, you can. So you're able to rent our third-story loft to stay overnight, which gives you access to the whole house. You can, literally live the movie, come downstairs in a bunny suit, walk down those steps just like Ralphie, and stay overnight. So you get access an hour after we close the tours for the day till 9 a.m. the next morning, and you can make all kinds of new memories.
Definitely, it is a hidden treasure. Don't you think?
I do think so.
House from a Christmas Story. Ryan, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you, David.
A hidden gem in our midst in Ohio City. You're missing out if you haven't been here. We are at Paradise Galleria. I have with me the two creators of this wonderful space, Cassie and Haley. It's Paradise Galleria. If you've not been in here, honestly, this is such a unique space that you two have created.
Thank you so much.
I would love to just get an idea of what was the thought process in putting this all together?
Well, Cassie and I have worked together for years, and most often doing themed parties and events, and we're both huge lovers of vintage, and we've both been self-employed selling vintage or fun independent designer, retail, things like that. And we dreamt of having a warehouse size space one day that we could sort of decorate like our themed parties, for an amazing experience, but, shopping some of our favorite things, just like a vintage wonderland.
That's the best way to put
Basically.
it, a vintage wonderland. That is what this is. So Cassie, I'm gonna meet you downstairs because there's a whole second floor to this place. But Haley, first, will you give me a tour around here?
Of course, yeah.
What do we
So-
call this section over here?
Oh my gosh, so we haven't come up with a name for it yet, but it's basically the land where like small gifts and souvenirs and stationery live, and a lot of our independent designer items, which range from jewelry to cards, art prints, even some of the stationery.
You would really have to spend a day in here, I think, to
Really? Yeah.
And you still would miss a lot of the things.
That's
because
true.
there is so much. I have to go over here now because,
Yeah,
first of
so-
all, just the things that can't be bought, like.
Yes, we have a
What we
lot
have
of
right over
little,
here.
little vignettes that implore you to enjoy, take photos, like our little ball pit
I love this
heart-shaped
jacuzzi.
jacuzzi. That's
This is
right
amazing.
in the window.
Let's go back through the wonderful heart wall that you have here.
We have the kitchen department, so you'll find anything that belongs in your kitchen in this space and other surprises.
Hey, speaking of, I hear there's somehow a surprise behind this door.
That's right.
Which is a very cool looking refrigerator. If I don't
Yeah, I've never
say so
seen
myself.
a top and bottom with a water dispenser, actually. So.
I didn't know they did that. I didn't know they did that back in the day. Okay, what's inside?
What is inside?
It's a hidden walkway. Can we go in?
Of course.
I'll meet you on the other side. This is bringing out the kid in me. Are you kidding me? I just walked through the wardrobe. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. All right, what room are we in?
So this is our 90s teen dream bedroom.
I see New Kids on the Block, Britney Spears, 98 Degrees, NSYNC. Oh, stop it
Lots
right
of
now.
hidden gems and deep cuts. And so this is our bedroom department, and for now it's just it's 90s teenage themed.
There's so much to explore here. I know we're just scratching the surface on this floor. I'm gonna go find Cassie and head downstairs so we can see what else you have.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard that they have this whole garage space basically back here, and there's so many more vintage finds. Look at this. There's even VHS tapes over here. But the best part probably about this is there's another way to get downstairs through the tube. And this is not the best outfit for it, but I'm still going for it anyway because, well, you have to, when in Rome, right? I'll meet you guys downstairs. I felt like I was sliding into home plate.
You slid like a champ.
That was worth it.
You have to take the slide when you come to Paradise.
You cannot miss the slide. This is insane. I cannot believe how much stuff you. So this would be a lot of different people who have curated.
Yes, so we actually have 24 different vintage vendors in this space in our Vintage Wonderland downstairs. So our goal is to make you feel like a kid again, which
You've
hence
done
the
that.
slide. So you
You've
slide
done it.
down into Wonderland, and then you see things from your childhood, maybe things that you wish that you had when you were a kid that now you can buy as that you're an adult.
So true.
But there's truly a range down here. So our vendors stock things from anywhere from the 1920s through Y2K, early 2000s. And we have clothing, accessories, furniture, barware, art, knickknacks. One of our vendors does plus size, so if you're worried about sometimes vintage sizing can be a little difficult.
Sure.
We have a whole section of vintage plus size clothing.
Well, and if you need to try something on, you also need to go into the dressing rooms because they're the coolest dressing rooms too. I think I've
We
seen.
have a fuzzy fitting room, and then we have a fitting room that's covered in 80s and 90s book covers, so like Goosebumps and Babysitter's Club.
It's wild. It's unique. Paradise Galleria, now at the top of my list of places to come. Again, right here in Ohio City on Lorraine. This was amazing. Can I go
Thank
do
you
the
so
slide
much.
again?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Still to come, Natalie's testing out her golf skills at a swanky spot in Lakewood. If celebrating your 10th anniversary still means you can be a hidden gem, Superelectric is just that. I'm here with Dave right now, and Dave, we're hovering over one of the first games I ever saw in terms of, like, it's not a pinball game, but what would you call this game?
Well, this is a cocktail arcade, and this one's actually called a multicade, so you can play all of the classics on here. It's got Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Galactica, you know, like everything is on here.
I remember just hanging over the top of that thing, man. It must have been 40 years ago.
Oh,
How
yeah,
old is this thing?
Well, this one's a new version, but those games are from like the 80s, you know, it goes back to like the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay, so we're here, we got all these great pinball machines here, and we're doing a show called Hidden Gems, but for a lot of folks, these aren't hidden gems, are they? I mean, I heard that this is like, as leagues go, you have one of the biggest leagues in the country.
Yeah, great. Yeah, we've got over 150 players in our pinball league, the Cleveland Pinball League. We meet every Wednesday and Sunday here, or Tuesdays at Pinball Planet.
You're great. Hey, so Nathan here's playing, and Nathan didn't want to talk to us today because he couldn't be interrupted. He wanted to play this game to the very end. So what's the highest score he's had on this?
Oh, I don't even know. We keep a little scorecard of our league highs up there, so you can kind of play your game and test your score against some of the best in Cleveland.
What makes it so addictive?
You know, it's because you're playing against yourself, really. You're playing against the machine. You're always trying to beat your high score, and you know the randomness of gravity.
Yeah.
Having something physical that you're playing. It's not just a digital thing. That
It's all about that English, too. You get that?
Yeah. There's a lot of.
But don't tilt the machine.
You know, there's a lot to it than just flipping the flippers. You got to nudge and shake it.
So how do you do it? With your quarters, or how do you fire them up?
So the way we do it, we have everything on free play. You pay $6, and you get your free play, and you can just hit start on the games and start playing.
And you get rocket. So do people buy like a membership, or they pay a certain amount?
Just $6 a day when you come in.
Look at this. Wasn't this just in front of the store not that long ago?
Well, this is right down the street. These are our friends, Sweet Moses. They we got their neon sign.
That is great.
One of the best ice cream shops that was in Cleveland.
That's a wonderful thing. And then what's this area back here? Sort of in the dark, mysterious.
We call that spot Dad's Den.
There's Elvis back there.
Yeah, it's sort of a place reminiscent of all those basements where you first played pinball and, you know, had some fun.
So when you play these games, it probably does get nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe sit back and have a drink. Do you serve drinks here?
For sure, yeah. We've got a full service bar. We've got cocktails, beers.
Margaritas?
Margaritas, yeah.
Bartenders
can make a margarita for you.
Yeah. So does this turn into a party here? Do you have leagues and all that sort of thing?
So yeah, we have leagues, a bunch of tournaments and things like that. You can rent the space out for parties and events.
Great.
A lot of corporate events, or, you know.
It's not expensive.
No. It's only $6 to play, cheap to rent.
There's my place over there. It's the bar. And there's Rad. How are you?
Good, very good.
Good. So we got the beer. Evil Knievel. I interviewed him one time.
Oh, that'd be great.
I interviewed him one time, and I asked him if I wanted to be like you, what would I need? He said, depends. I said, what? Depends on what? He goes, no, depends. Pretty funny guy. So a lot of fun here. Got the high noon to keep you going. Nice drinks. And how about snacks?
Yeah, we have some cookies, chips, and things like that. So a small snack bar for food.
So here it is, folks.
Go ahead.
A hidden gem that's not so hidden, right?
Well, yeah, we're right on the corner of 65th and Detroit. You can't miss us.
You can't miss us. Right
Big
next to the
Capital
theater.
Theater sign right above us, pointing right into the door. So.
Superelectric. Thank you, man.
Talk about a swanky round of golf. I'm here at Birdie Town in Lakewood. Tim was the mastermind behind this whole thing. Thank you for having me in.
Thanks for coming.
You might regret that once you see how my golf game. It's not that good. Birdie Town, the name, there's a couple plays involved here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what a birdie is in golf because I've never seen one since I'm terrible at golf. But there's a play on the golf
birdie's
aspect.
a great score in
It's
golf.
a great,
Yeah,
that's what I
first
mean.
of all.
I wouldn't know.
And we're in Bird Town, which is a historic neighborhood in Lakewood. So it's a play on the golf aspect of it and kind of a nod to the neighborhood.
I
there,
love
too.
it. So when you created it, it's beautiful in here. What was your goal in mind?
Yeah, it was really to create a spot primarily for adults to come and just forget about their day-to-day life, have a great meal, have great drinks, and have some fun. So that was the whole idea behind it.
How many holes do we have? Because you have 2 floors.
We do, yeah.
There's holes on the bottom as well. How many holes?
We have 18 total holes.
Okay.
So this is, there's 9 on the first floor here, and then 9 more in the basement. These were designed by a local company called Shred & Co. So they're all built by hand, built right here in Cleveland. They did all the design work on them, all the custom build work on them. And as you can see, they fit like beautifully within the space. They did a nice job incorporating some of the pillars and different, the stairs. So they just really did an awesome job on these.
I wanted to pick one that might be a little bit easier than others for me since I'm
this
not
one's not bad.
We're
Yeah,
gonna go
this
to number
one-
3
yeah,
here.
Yeah, try this one out.
I'm
It's
skipping
not-
over a couple. So you said it's mostly for adults, but you do allow kids to come in during your earlier hours.
Yeah, correct. So kids can be in here until 7 o'clock.
Okay. And so, and on the weekends, they can come from 12 until 7?
12 till 7, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, we open at noon, so there's plenty of time for them to come in and play.
And then the only day you're closed is Mondays.
Monday.
All right, so that's the only day you can't pull one like this. Let's see how this works.
Well, that might be a hole-in-one. Oh, you got
Are
it!
you kidding me? I couldn't do that twice if you asked. Are you? I'm so excited. Now I gotta get a high five.
That was awesome.
No, let's see you do it. No,
Yeah, no, I'm not going to follow that up.
But you're an avid golfer, so you kind of thought to yourself, let's make something exciting, fun, and different.
Yeah, and like you said, I love golf, so this kind of scratches that itch too for me.
Now the food is another thing, and I love and know your chef very well. I'm so excited to go find Jill, and we'll see what's on the menu too.
Sounds great.
Aside from golf, of course. I was so overwhelmed with excitement when I found out that Chef Jill Vita was working here now, Birdie Town. You know her, love her from Salt here in Lakewood, and they snagged you. I'm so glad that they did.
Yeah, it was kind of a great kind of synergy that happened between Tim and I. I started off just doing consulting, but then once we closed Salt down, he was just like, I would love for you to be here like all the time, as much as possible. I'm just like, okay.
So now you'll see her here all the time, trust me. So
here all
you
the time.
whipped up some beautiful dishes for us today. I love, we're doing we got the fish and then we got the wings.
A little surf and turf, yeah.
I love it. Let's start with the fish.
Okay,
What
so
did you
this
do
is
with that dish?
this is our pan-seared salmon with miso glaze and a sweet potato hash. So super simple. I wanted to like keep the elements that I like, but like kind of just like grounding it a little bit, so it's like more appealing to the masses. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Why I have wings.
I was going to say they're in demand everywhere. I mean, you gotta have, if you have a place like, you gotta have a good wing.
You gotta have a good
What
wing.
are yours in?
So this is basically a Korean barbecue sauce, and then we have a little bit of celery slaw underneath. But we cook them in duck fat first, and then we fry them to order. So they have a little bit of like seasoned cure on them. They're just fall the bone, and then they're crispy on the outside.
So when you curated that menu, what elements were you making sure were in there?
Just like, I know I had to have a burger. I know I had to have just like really simple, good ingredients, but like just, jazz them up like I do.
And her touches are always spectacular. Rocco was making some delicious drinks back there. He brought them over here for us to the table too. These are just so unique. I mean, you even have the logo etched into the ice cube here. Just the added
The little touches, yeah.
make that experience just that much cooler.
100%.
I feel like we're in a different city when you have a place like this,
I mean,
right?
the chandelier. I mean, that is like such a great focal point. The amount of blood, sweat, and tears that went into getting this to fruition is like, it's amazing to me.
When you come in, you can bring the kids before 7, but they have to be 8 years old if they're going to golf. So keep that in mind. This is fabulous.
Thank you so
I
much.
feel like I'm in West Palm Beach or somewhere.
There
with
you
it,
go,
You
yeah.
know? But it's awesome that we have it in Cleveland.
Yeah.
It really is. So cheers to you,
Yes.
darling.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Thank
Right
you.
here.
We're right
you.
here on Madison Avenue. It's Birdie Town.
Birdie Town.
When we return, I'm taking you on a tour of one of Cleveland's most historical houses. It might even be haunted. Something that makes Cleveland so special is the people that are from here. Natalie is showing us a hip coffee spot started by one of Cleveland's own.
If you're looking for a fabulous coffee or a cocktail or delicious food, 27 Club Coffee here in the Flats would be the place to come. Jen is with me here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
in.
thank you for coming.
You know, everyone, well, I shouldn't say everyone, because a lot of people might not realize that this is owned by Cleveland's own Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have Cleveland's own working behind the bar too, which I love it, right? So the idea of the 27 Club, it has a pretty neat explanation for it, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that, like, the reasoning behind the 27 Club was just like, we're honoring all of the artists, musicians, actors that passed away at the age of 27. Amy Winehouse, Heath Ledger, Kurt Cobain, so kind of like honoring their name and keeping their name alive and just telling people their stories. So it's kind of like cool to tell people that when they come in.
I love it, and the vibes here are amazing.
Yeah.
The drinks kind of go with the whole atmosphere too. These are your coffee drinks that you have? No, okay, what do we have?
Okay, so this is gonna be our iced pink latte. You can also get it hot as well. You choose your flavor, what kind of milk that you want, and then we naturally dye the milk with the beetroot powder. So just like a natural way of dyeing instead of using, artificial dyes. Some health benefits with it. It's like anti-inflammatory, so it's kind of a cool, like, drink your coffee also has some health benefits with it.
That's great,
Yeah.
sounds good to me. And this one's super awesome.
So this one's our Diablo latte. You can get it hot as well. Same thing, you choose your flavor and your milk preference with it. And then we add activated charcoal to the espresso. So again, another health benefit added to it. It's kind of like a natural detoxer. Won't make you sick or anything, but just another health benefit that you can add to your coffee.
I love it. So you can come here as early as what time in the morning?
7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Yes.
And then you don't close until when?
So during the weekdays we close at 5 p.m. and then on the weekends we close at 9 p.m.
So that is why there are also cocktails here too, along with some delicious food. What are you going to make us as a cocktail?
So I'm going to be making our espresso martini. I think it's like one of the best ones in Cleveland. Just since we have our espresso machine, we use fresh espresso. So I'm going to go ahead and make that for you guys.
I have a feeling it's going to be a home run.
So it's going to be Tito's, our house-made toasted marshmallow syrup.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of the added benefit
Yes.
too. Oat milk. Oops. And then a fresh shot of our espresso. Shake it like our life depends on it.
Look at that, poured to perfection too. Little drizzle action.
Little drizzle. And then 3 beans. That is the rule. And then that's our espresso martini.
Beautiful. We can't forget about the food.
Yes.
So if you come early, you got great, is that a bagel sandwich there?
Yes.
Great breakfast
bacon,
sandwich?
egg, and cheese. We actually serve breakfast all day. So you can come in here at like 6 p.m. and be like...
I love when places do that.
Yeah.
Now, I heard Chef Candy saying this is her specialty back there, the shrimp and grits.
Yes, shrimp and grits. So it's going to be like a white cheddar grits that we make in-house. You get shrimp, and then it's topped with a house-made onion sauce, tomato, chives, and a little bit of paprika.
Okay, and then the pizzas, those flatbreads look awesome.
Oh my gosh, this one's my favorite. So it's kind of like a sweet and savory vibe. So it has a Boursin cheese base with cheese, and then you get your chicken, some candied pecans on top, candied waffles, and then a sriracha syrup drizzle, and then some powdered sugar.
And then
it's really good.
Last but
Classic
not least,
cinnamon rolls. Yes. So these cinnamon rolls are vegan. We make them fresh every single day. They're made to orders, and then it gets topped with candied pecans.
now you might take food to go, but you can also take memorabilia to go. Just saying, you have awesome hats, t-shirts. Look at these. How cool are these? And then you can also get the coffee too?
Yes. Yep, we have that in store. You can buy it online, and then we also have it available in some local grocery stores.
That's amazing. And you just never know. Depending on when you're here, you might see MGK walking through the door.
He was just here 2 weeks ago.
I was going to say, he probably stops in often just to make sure everything's going smoothly.
Yeah.
It's really cool to have a spot. It really is a hidden gem here in Northeast Ohio.
I agree.
Right in the flats. Come check them out. You'll be very happy you did.
Okay, it's a show about hidden gems, right? What's hidden about Franklin Castle? Zach, I'm here with Zach. He knows a lot about it. Is it or isn't it haunted?
It can be, and it might not be, but that's really up to whoever goes inside.
Can we go inside?
Absolutely. Come on in.
Let's do it. Come on. I always dreamed about what it'd be like inside this place, driving by it so many times. Didn't it almost burn down a couple times?
It has burned down twice.
Twice. and somehow it keeps being restored and revived and whatever, right?
Yeah, basically the house, I kind of feel like it has its own heartbeat, like it's a living thing that's forever changing. Yeah, exactly.
And all these little nooks and crannies. So what would this room be with the turret over here and everything?
This is the living room. Originally, I believe this was the living room and dining room. It was 2 separate rooms.
I love the herringbone floors. Herringbone floors, big high ceilings, woodwork in here. So it's pretty extravagant when it was built.
Yes, yes.
Or rebuilt after the fire.
Right, yeah. This is all hand done by the Amish, all the woodwork in the house.
It's really beautiful. Hey, so I noticed too, there's a side door entrance. I looked and I saw the welcome mat, and that heads upstairs. So from here, where do we go upstairs?
I can take you there now.
Okay, let's go check that out. Ooh, look at these pocket doors too, huh? So this is the second floor, big sitting room, but this is pretty important. What's this room about?
This will be the room that we are going to be offering overnight experiences in.
So you can actually come here and stay here?
You can, absolutely.
How about just parties, like cocktail parties and that kind of thing?
We're basically rehabilitating the way that we're running the house. So we're going to offer many different types of events here.
Okay, and you know what's really great about this too, if you do stay here, the bathroom in this place is beautiful.
It's absolutely
I thought you had to go, this old, you have to go to the outhouse outside.
Not quite, no. It's a little more luxurious here.
You got a hot tub, you got towel, you got cool stuff.
Right.
And I guess if you have a big party, I mean here, you can stay here, right? If you have a big party, upstairs, check this out. So I guess they knew how to party back in the 1880s, huh?
They absolutely did.
So this would be like the ballroom where you could have a band up here.
Right, and they did do that.
You got a bathroom up here, there's a bed here, all these little nooks and crannies. I mean, it is really fantastic. And you can see the lake from here.
You can, yes.
So this is a beautiful room. Hey, so what are your plans for the house?
So basically we are doing a lot of new work, and we are going to still do overnight stays. We're going to offer occasional group tours. We may even have some film screenings here, some art events, possibly even a small music festival.
I see there's a guitar hanging over there, so we're ready to get the band in there, right?
Yes.
So get the party rolling. Okay, so there's one place I haven't seen yet that I really like to see. Is there anything happening in the cellar?
We could take a look down there. I can show you a hidden compartment.
Let's go. Forget it, man. I'll just go back upstairs. Zach, I heard some creaking down there, so I found this wand here to help me a little bit, and then I found this demonic symbol. So, you're a guy, you lived here a bunch of times. What do you think? Is it haunted or not?
I have had some things happen here that I can't explain.
Maybe you can't tell. How about
that?
There you go. Well, now people have seen the place. Now they've been inside a little bit, and you're also going to make this like a living museum kind of thing, too.
Absolutely. You can stay here and check out the house. There will be a semi-private museum in the house.
So it's been here since the 1800s, folks, late 1800s, and it's going to keep on evolving. Franklin Castle is here to stay. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up, it's an unforgettable steakhouse experience that Natalie's trying it out.
Welcome, my friends, to one of the most talked about restaurants in Northeast Ohio right now. I have been so excited to come to Steak in Tremont, and I'm so happy to have Julia here with me. I feel like we go way back. I love that you are part of this wonderful group right now. How would you describe what Steak is all about? I know that's probably hard to sum up.
Well, it is, but it isn't, because I'd say there's like one word that kind of encapsulates everything that we're doing here, and that's just fun.
Yes,
we've got neon everywhere. We bump the music during service.
The drinks. They're in front of us right now. Some of the coolest drinks I think I've ever seen.
Iconic.
We have a bathtub.
We have a bathtub.
What is this drink?
So this is, it's right now it's a gin and tonic, but we're turning it into sort of our seasonal drink. So we started out with something light and fresh for the summertime. So right now it's gin and tonic. You can swap it out for vodka if you're more of a vodka drinker. a little bit of sherry, top it with the Q-tonic, and then this is a lavender lemon foam on top. So again, just those like kind of fresh, fun, floral, summery flavors.
I have a straw. I have to know what this is like. Do you just sip it with a straw?
You just go straight in. Yeah, you get a little bit of that foam on the top, right into the cocktail.
So refreshing. It's nothing like bathwater, thankfully.
Thankfully, yeah.
That is so good. Now, what about this little book?
So we, again, wanted to be playful, wanted to be fun. Everything is just meant to be a little different. This is a play on a Manhattan. So we just kind of updated, remixed the Manhattan cocktail a little bit, but you can't just sell a play on a Manhattan. Everybody does that. Nobody's selling a drink in a self-help book. So we have a lot of Taylor Swift references in here. My shirt right here says I'm in my steak era. This one, the Robin, is again, fun, fruity, very summery. This is strawberry lemonade with vodka and grenadine mixed into it.
You come in for the vibe. Now we got to get to the food, right?
Yeah.
So I know Chef Jason's back there.
Cooking up a storm back there.
We're gonna see what he has in store for us. So you want to come back?
Yeah, let's go.
This guy's typically so busy in that kitchen. We had to come when they were closed to make sure we could sit down with you and really get a feel for all the great food you have. This is Chef Jason. This looks spectacular. It really does. And I think what's really cool about what you guys do is you get this amazing steak, but you get the sides that come along with it, right?
You know, we wanted to redefine steak in this area. So fabulous steak, you get your salad with it, you get popcorn as a bread service.
Now you have a couple of steaks here. What's this one we got?
That is our baller cut, so that's our 16-ounce prime ribeye. It's boneless. You can add Cajun to it, you can add our hillbilly rub to it, you could gold wrap it if you'd like to.
You could do a gold wrap steak.
Edible
Can
gold
you
wrap.
gold wrap any steak that you have?
Yes.
Okay, like this big guy right here?
Yeah, it takes a few sheets, but yeah, we definitely, that's probably our most popular gold wrap right there.
So do most people finish that whole tomahawk?
Most people share it.
Okay,
Most people share it.
I would think so. And what do we have up front here? Is this?
That's our culotte, so that's a top sirloin cut. We kind of cut in half just so you can follow along with the grain and cut it properly for the most tender eating experience.
So you're known for the great steaks. I see you also have a seafood option. What are these fun little guys here?
This is carnival crab cakes. So this is our take on a crab cake. If you were at a carnival, dipped in you know, corn dog breading.
Everything looks, and you can't forget about the fries.
Unlimited fries.
Unlimited fries?
Unlimited fries.
You should have sold me with that in the beginning. Can I try a good french fry?
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta try a fry. Look at these beautiful waffle fries. How can you say no to this? The thing about this is these price points that you offer. You're getting incredible meals at rates that aren't gonna break the bank for people. And I think that's really special. And that's what probably brings people in time and time again, too.
Yes, yes.
One last thing, we can't forget about dessert, Julia, right?
Desserts, everyone's favorite part of the meal.
And I looked at this menu, everything looks incredible. And I think what's really neat is that Tito Francona is part of this, right?
And all of our desserts are named after his grandkids.
That is the sweetest thing ever. No pun intended on that one. These are some of the coolest desserts. First of all, I can't get over this Sunday Ferris wheel.
So our ice cream we get from Mitchell's, but our toppings we put on this golden Ferris wheel, which is a really fun sort of interactive dessert concept, because as you're going around for, say, the Oreos on this side and you want to get to the whipped cream or the sprinkles, you've got to work with the rest of the people at your table to make sure that you all get your toppings the way that you want them. And then we end the night with a Polaroid.
Well, let's take one. So you gotta have the Polaroid pic. Let's do this. Come to steak.
So I feel like a big kid in a candy store, but it's not your typical candy store. I'm here at Sweets and Geeks in Medina. Brad Hoisington is one of the owners.
Hi.
Thanks for inviting us in again.
Thanks for coming in.
The really cool thing about this place, yes, there's tons of candy, but it is also like the epicenter for people who are pop culture enthusiasts.
Yeah, we have something for everyone here. If you're 2 years old, 80-year-old, you're gonna see candy you like, or if you like board games, card games, Funko Pops, Lego sets,
How long
anime.
ago did you open?
We opened in 2020, October 2020 during the pandemic, so it was a little scary, but it's been going well ever since.
And for people who are new to this store, let's kind of walk them through it, because I feel like there are different sections and every section is worth exploring.
Yes.
So where are we right now?
Right now we're in the candy section. We have Asian candy, all from Asia, from Thailand, Japan, China. We have European candy from, and then Canadian candy, and then we just have, you know, your yesteryear candies, your regular candies you like. So a little bit from everywhere, freeze-dried candy.
The thing that I love about the wall behind us, you said a lot of Asian candy. I mean, if you're looking for unique Oreo flavors, they've got them. If you're looking for unique Lay's potato chips,
yes,
I remember I stocked up on those last time.
Yeah, we have squid potato chips, seaweed potato chips.
They were worth trying. I don't know if I would buy those again.
Steak Cheetos have been very popular.
Those were very good, yes. So you've got that. And then as you kind of make your way up the steps, this is the place where collectors kind of fall in love.
We have puzzles, board games, Funko Pops, pop culture items. We import a bunch of items from Japan, a bunch of plush, and then anime figures, Gundam model kits.
I mean, how do you find all this stuff? Because there's some really unique items here, stuff that I feel like collectors are probably looking for.
Yeah, we have a good team of people that, you know, try to stay up on modern trends and everything and suggest things to bring in.
You thought there was a lot of candy in that first area. I mean, there's even more, and you're making some of the freeze-dried candy yourself.
Yeah, so the store's 20,000 square feet total. The building's 100 years old, so it's kind of like an older historic type-ish building, kind of. It used to be an old lumber yard. The layout's a little odd, but you know, it's kind of cool just wandering through rooms, and you might feel like you get lost a little bit.
I mean, I almost feel like I'm on a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, right.
And I still need to bring my kids out here because, I mean, they range in age from 8 to almost 16, but each of them would have something that they would be like, wow, I need to add this to my cart.
Right, there's not many times anyone walks out of here empty-handed. There's usually something they're gonna find that they would like.
How did you come up with this entire concept? Because it really is, it's just so cool.
Yeah, so we've grown over time too. When we first opened, half the store wasn't here. It was only about 8,000 square feet.
Right.
We kind of grew into the space. And we just kept adding more different items that, you know, we'd like, oh, that's good, and then we, you know, it filled up over time. So it took, you know, 2 to 3 years to get to where we're at.
From the vintage candy to the modern trendy candy, what's your favorite?
My favorite candy that I eat are these Haribo berry things.
Oh, wait, are those the ones that you peel?
No, they're not the peelers. The peelers are the candy that's popular on TikTok.
That is, okay.
They're like strawberry kind of candies, and you eat them. I don't know. It's kind of, yeah.
But it's the same makers as gummy bears.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Yes,
I love gummy bears,
the
so I need
same
to
people
find
who
those.
make the gummy bears.
I'm amazed. I think you've done a great job. It's so unique. It's so cool. Look, there's Care Bears behind me. Beanie Baby, you name it. Literally a playground for people that are either kids or people that want to feel like kids again. Sweets and Geeks, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Sweets and Geeks has 3 locations across Northeast Ohio, and of course you can find them in North Olmsted, Worcester, and of course their flagship store in Medina. Still ahead, a unique exhibition of art and awesomeness. What started as an eclectic art store has expanded into so much more, including a permanent storefront and gathering place. This is Oddmall.
Oddmall started as a series of events that are like if a craft show and a Comic-Con had a baby. So it's like local artists and collectibles and unusual things and cosplay. And in order to have this shop, we decided that it would be great if our vendors had a stable place to sell their product, but also a place for us to headquarter our offices, because we were getting a lot of material for our events and we needed a place to house it as well.
So basically at its lowest core form though, Oddmall is just a celebration of art, oddity, and awesomeness. Some people walk in the front door and they're like, oh my, what's this? And then they just turn around and leave. And then, you know, some people come in and they're like, oh my God, I found my people. That happens a lot. There's some crazy, really awesome artists around here. We have authors, local authors, all kinds of stuff. Like there's paintings, sculptures, birdhouses, jewelry. Here's a unicorn horn. So there's really just all kinds of crazy stuff. You know, we're trying to find what you wouldn't have at like the local church craft show. It doesn't have to be weird, but we appreciate if it is. Most of these large sculptures you see are mine. My friend Scotty helps me out with a lot of them. And then I also have several books and a lot of different artworks that are around here. There's all different areas to this shop. We're in the Enchanted Forest right now, but there's an intergalactic pawn shop behind us. We're building a clubhouse out of cardboard over there with a big fake tree that's a secret door. But then the other side of it is a wizard's hut in the woods. There's all these like ancient ruined turtle ponds areas, but those have benches in front of them, so you can just sit and relax. And like I said before, you don't have to buy anything. You can just come hang out. But then there's areas that are a bit more frenetic, like the Alien Pawn Shop. It's got a bunch of blinking lights and crazy stuff like that. So I don't know that there's an overall vibe that I want people to feel aside from just acceptance and creativity. I'm not trying to make a store. You know, I don't want just shelves with stuff lined up in a perfect row or anything like that. I want people to be able to come in here, not just get inside my head and kind of see the world how I try to see it, but also all the other artists and people who participate, and to share it with other people, their own visions. So I think maybe what makes it special in my mind is that we're just open to everybody, all skill levels. You don't have to be a professional to sell here. You can bring your crayon drawings you made in 4th grade and see what happens.
A big part of a mission of Oddmall is to build a community of artists, and so we work with a lot of local artists, but there are people who just like our vibe and send in items or come to our shows from all over the country.
We like people. We like creativity. We like to share our creativity. We like to learn about yours. Like, that's actually my favorite part of the whole Oddmall experience, is just making new friends. I made a new friend in George today. You don't have to be an artist. You don't even have to be weird. You just have to be accepting.
Coming up after the break, it's a hidden gem for all the animal lovers. Just wait until you see these exotic creatures.
Satoo, Reptiles, and Aquatics is kind of a hybrid between a retail pet store that specializes in exotic animals, and also kind of like an educational facility where people can come, and whether you own the animals or not, you can come here and learn quite a bit about some of these kind of unique creatures. I grew up here in Cleveland. I had moved and lived in Miami, Florida for about 10 years, where I got extensive experience, learned a lot about this stuff, met cool people, and then moved back and kind of saw and witnessed around the area that there wasn't anything like this. It's a very niche, obviously, type of situation, but I knew the demand for this type of stuff, and it didn't exist, so you kind of put those together, and you figure, well, let's kind of do something unique to the area where we can provide this type of service for the people who are really into these types of animals. We'll go reptiles, amphibians, aquatics, invertebrates, from small little harmless snakes to the bigger pythons, scorpions, spiders, turtles, tortoises. Pretty much anything exotic or unique you'll be able to find here. We have a lot of the animals that we sell, but some of the stuff on display that is not for sale, more for educational. We've got a couple big monitors here that are very rare. We've got a really big alligator snapping turtle. We've got some caiman. We have an alligator and a crocodile, which is probably the only place in the area you can see both on display, so that's a really unique feature to our store. Every about month or a month and a half, we do in-store demonstrations that are before hours, where you sign up online, you come in, it's about an hour show where we bring out a bunch of different animals, let you touch them, hold them, take pictures, teach you about them. We also do, camps, schools. We'll do a variety of those types of things where we come to you and do that. And then we also have private tours that's even more kind of personal, where we take you around the whole store, show you stuff that's not on display, and really let you get hands-on with some really different stuff. Out of all the groups of animals that exist, these are the ones that are pretty much most feared and unknown. When you think of pets, people think of the dogs, the cats, the fish, stuff that's more common. This is the stuff that's usually demonized on TV and in movies, and it's usually for the wrong reasons. So we all love them here. We have a passion for them. But for the people who are kind of unsure about them, you really should learn about them, so you're not out out in the metro parks or even on vacation in Florida, you come across a snake and you're freaked out and some people want to kill them, which is obviously a terrible thing. But just so you're not afraid of them, you respect them, you understand that they're there for a reason and they are not out to get you. If you're into owning a reptile or any type of exotic, we provide everything from top to bottom, the animal, the enclosure, the supplies, the feeders, from the time they're babies until they're adults. We provide all of that. But also, again, education is such a big part of what we do that just to come here, look at the stuff, talk to the staff, learn about the animals you're interested in is just such a cool thing that I'm proud to offer to the areas as well as the employees are too.
Well, that wraps up our road trip of Cleveland's oddest and most wonderful treasures. And there's so many spots that are unique to Cleveland, we had a blast visiting them. And if you missed any of the businesses we featured, just head on over to fox8.com and click on the New Day tab. I'm David Moss, and on behalf of Natalie Herbeck, I'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland.